And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chase Fieldhouse here in Wilmington, Delaware, as you're watching the preview series here at the Chase Fieldhouse. Great event organized, BBL being the spearheaders of this event. They will be the first class of 2028 team to compete, as we're on to the class of 2028s. Dukes and BBL, the first matchup here, an infraction called on the faceoff against Dukes. BBL will start the morning, as we still are in the morning, 11:31 the morning into the afternoon. They'll start this game 4 of 9 with possession of the lacrosse ball. As we just finished up with the class of 2029s, if that's what you're looking for, make sure to rewind, as this entire stream, we're doing the full, however long this ends up becoming, the 8:30 all the way to probably like 5:30 post. We got the whole stream. It's going to be all available after today's event, so be sure to check it out here on YouTube, RDPLEX Films. As my name's Ryan Holspos. I'm joined by Ryan DePaul. He's your cameraman and executive producer, as well as Zach Morgan. He's the producer here this afternoon. As BBL controls, first offensive possession, ball is in the stick of Trace Larson, Del Barton sophomore. As all of these class of 2028s, for the most part, sophomores. I think I saw one that might have been listed as a junior, but I'm not sure if that was a typo or what the case might be. Regardless, all sophomores. Some guys have some varsity experience, but for the most part, a lot of these lads were JV or possibly freshman players last season, set to likely step up into a much bigger role here into this spring and going forward. Ball is currently in the stick of Trace Larson, one of those players for Del Barton, looking to hopefully get a bigger role moving forward. His pass for Jack Rendy, fellow Del Barton midfielder, and his shot's off the mark. Back up, we'll stay right here with BBL. Quick pass in front, off a pipe. Trace Larson on the other end of that pass, I believe 47 Jace Stiansen, Sparta High School sophomore. I believe he initiated the play from the end line and distributed to was Trace Larson, 17 in black, and he'll kickstart this next offensive possession. Larson, pass to his right for Jack Gonzalez, Bergen Catholic sophomore. And his ball skipped its way towards midfield. A nice job there by Owen Higgins, Mountain Lake sophomore, to keep the possession right here with BBL. Here's Trace Larson, far side of the field for Jace Stanson. Stanson to his left. Left hand free, and his shot beats goalie James Kyle. So the Sparta sophomore Jace Stanson gets the goal scoring started here for the class of 2028, and for BBL, it's a 1-0 lead. So we're just about 3 minutes through our first quarter. Takes the pass from Larson. We won't get this full replay in time. Back to face off, and another infraction. Keehan Petok is the Dukes face-off man, number 48 in white. Back-to-back infractions, another offensive possession for BBL. That shot off the mark. Back up by Evan Kang, Don Bosco prep freshman. And in this game, he is the only stat that I have. One goal in the non-public A quarterfinal versus Immaculata for Kang as a freshman in 2025. And that was a blowout, an 11-4 Don Bosco win in the quarterfinal. It's a home win on a Tuesday afternoon. As BBL looking to add to their lead. Here's Frankie Scally, Gill St. Bernard's sophomore. He plays it behind for Liam Haggerty. Rumson Fairhaven sophomore. Inside for Cooper Rosen. Goes to Westfield, but a nice save in cage by James Kyle, Malvern Prep sophomore. And again, I don't know if Kyle got a save on that one, but ensuring no angle there, as that was Jack Gonzalez trying to gain an angle, and a shot attempt goes wide. Here's Gonzalez, Bergen Catholic sophomore, hung up behind. He's covered by Kevin Stahl, LaSalle College High School sophomore. Here's Jay Stanson, the goal scorer. Matched up with Gabe Ryan, 5 in white, and that shot I think got knocked down on its way there. Run out to the far sideline is won by BBL. Stall over there, 26 in white for Dukes. Stiansen is who the officials award possession to for BBL. Here's Kang. To his right, to his left, now back to his right. Sidearm shot on the run, and he gets taken down at the turf following the shot. It's off the mark. However, possession will stay right here with BBL. Here's Gonzalez, and he stings the far high corner. Maybe a little bit of pipe as well for Jack Gonzalez. Gives BBL a 2-0 lead. See that replay again here, Zach. That was a nice one from Gonzalez.
Here we go. Quick right over the shoulder.
Certainly north of goal line, extended and up and over the off-stick side of James Kyle, up over his left shoulder. And a clean face-off there, won and played forward by Ethan Suwanski. Newark Academy sophomore for Building Blocks Lacrosse, class of 2028. Quick shot off the mark. Possession will stay right here with BBL. Dukes in the first 6 minutes as we're halfway through quarter number 1. Haven't even gotten it across midfield. BBL controlling the face-off. BBL staying composed offensively. And if the ball hits the turf, they've been coming up with it. And finding the back of the net. Their opening shots here. It's going to be Trace Larson, Del Barton sophomore, initiated from the far sideline. Now Jay Stiansen, Sparta High School sophomore. Here's Rendy, sophomore at Del Barton. Hands it off for fellow Del Barton sophomore Larson. And here's Owen Higgins. This has that orange Mountain Lakes helmet to his right, to his left, now back to his right, looking for some shooting window. Instead plays it to his right, now behind. That's Gonzalez with that gold Bergen County dome. Here's Rendy trying to get to the middle of the field. It was a face dodge trying to get to the crease, and now Duke's able to get it across midfield. Brady Wainwright. Wainwright attends Springfield High School, the 2025 PIAA District 1 in Pennsylvania, 3A state champs, 24-1 season for Springfield High School. A couple of Springfield High School players here for Duke's Elite, the number 10 club program in the USA for the class of 2028, number 2 in Pennsylvania. That's all per US Club Lacrosse. Here's Dominic Charlesworth, sophomore for the Hill School. He'll play it off for 44 Connor Mulligan. Hunt School of Princeton. Now Mason Becker. Played JV for Springfield. Ball now in the stick of 21. That's Mason Smith. LaSalle College High School got some action too as a freshman. Ball on the ground recovered by BBL. And across midfield is Jack Rendy. Unsettled situation here for BBL. Pass to the right. Finds the stick of, who is that? It's number 8, Owen Higgins. Should have known right away with that orange helmet. That orange Lakers helmet. Owen Higgins, his first goal of the morning, and BBL a 3-0 lead. Nice job there by Rendy. And the handoff for Higgins and the finish. It's been all BBL here through our first 9 minutes. 3 left to play here in quarter number 1. An infraction off the face-off. It'll be Dukes to kickstart this next possession. Mason Ellis, he was a contributing player for the Springfield varsity team that I mentioned before, won state championship. However, Ellis is stripped there as he was trying to get to goal. Long outlet pass finds its way to KJ Wade. Montclair Kimberly Academy sophomore. He hands it off for Frankie Scally, sophomore at Gill St. Bernard's. for Haggerty, Rumson, Fairhaven. And some new names getting out there. This is Jackson Cheney, a CBA sophomore, Christian Brothers Academy. Here's Haggerty, his shot off the mark. As much of our first quarter played on this left end here at the Chase Fieldhouse. Gonzalez, north of goal line, extended right-handed shot, just skips wide of the far pipe. And Haggerty will control, plays it to the point for Frankie Scally. Scally to his left, bit of a hesitation there, plays it to goal line extended for Haggerty. Gonzalez up to the far high corner. Here's Cheney, that bright blue helmet. Shot was knocked down on its way there. Loose ball scrum, and it's won by Sean Flaherty. 49 in white. Sophomore at Springfield High School. His cousin Pat is a freshman at the University of Maryland. As Flaherty across midfield gets the ball into a stick of his offense. Dominic Charlesworth. Now handoff here for 94's Talon Fry. Academy of the New Church sophomore. Here's Gabe Ryan, 5 in white. We'll play it behind for Mason Ellis. So we're inside a minute here in our first of 3 games for the class of 2028. It's the 4th of 9 here from Chase Fieldhouse, a part of our preview series. That Duke's shot off the mark. Duke's elite with the backup. We'll keep it right here. Dominic Charlesworth from the near wing. Matched up with Liam Haggerty. Charlesworth able to get a step on Haggerty. Right-handed shot, jump shot. Skips wide to the far pipe. And the run out to the far corner is won by BBL, but that's going to take us to the end of our first quarter as our first quarter clock does continue to click down. 3-0 BBL lead after 12 minutes of play. Don't go anywhere. Quick break. We'll be back with quarter number 2 live right here on RDPLEX Films live on YouTube. Back here, ladies and gentlemen, with quarter number 2 action. Game 4 of 9, the first of 3 here for the class of 2028 here at the Chase Fieldhouse. If you're watching the preview series, we appreciate you all joining us. A lot of friends and family, and the reason for this event, it's not like these teams are really competing in any sort of tournament format or anything like that. It's, 2 scheduled games for each team, 3 games per level, and this is all for recruiting. These guys trying to put really, really good tape, or really good film on tape, I should say.
Recruiting and bragging rights.
Certainly.
You cannot undervalue bragging rights.
And really, as we were talking about in the last game that we had, BBL versus 2A, not really more so for this matchup or the 2A Dukes matchup, because Dukes is a team from this area, Wilmington, Philadelphia area. 2A is out of Connecticut, BBL is out of Northern Jersey. So those are where you see a lot of, you're looking at those 2 team rosters, and I got guys from the same high school on both teams. So that's where those rivalries, those bragging rights really come into play there.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, Zach.
Yep. Great goal. You take over.
Trace Larson, first goal of the morning. Del Barton, sophomore. And that makes it 4-0 BBL.
And yes, I was just saying what you have there are bragging rights between high school teammates.
Certainly. And these teams, like these players, are they grew up playing against each other. They're going to be playing against each other many, many more times, whether it's at the club level here or at the high school level. Face-off won there by Keehan Peddock. And a quick shot from Mason Smith off the mark. Peddock struggled in the first quarter. 2 quick infractions on his first 2 face-offs, been able to get a big win there. And now Duke's looking to settle in offensively early here in quarter number 2. As it was pretty much all BBL offensively through our first 12 minutes. There's Mason Ellis. Got a lot of burn for Springfield's varsity team this season, the team that won the state championship. Mason Becker at Springfield and got a lot of action for the JV freshman teams. Loose ball, BBL momentarily had it. Ball's back on the turf. And BBL will scoop up that loose ball. Connor Albert, Pingree sophomore across midfield. Big man, too. Big boy. I wish I had a height on him. Standing had to be 6'1", 6'2", if not more.
At least. He spent a good amount of time warming up next to us.
So you had it. You the front row seat for him, yeah.
Towering
Towering,
over me
man.
as I sit down.
Cooper Rosen, Westfield sophomore, hands it off for Liam Haggerty. Rumson Fairhaven. Skip past there, didn't get to its intended target, but finds its way to Liam Haggerty. And here's Jack Gonzalez with his gold Bergen Catholic helmet. Bounce shot off the mark as he curled his way north of goal line, extended around the crease. Bounce shot up and over the crossbar, back up by Jackson Cheney in the light blue CBA helmet. Cooper Rosen plays it behind for Cheney. Cheney matched up with Kevin Stahl. Cheney back to his right. Get his right hand free. Gonzalez right there to field the missed shot. Gonzalez matched up with Mason Ellis. And that shut off the mark. A diving attempt from the goalie, James Kyle. But our officials will award BBL with possession. And we do have another ball on the turf, so that's the one we'll play with. Slight issue that you run into with the wall being right there, backing up some of these shots. As BBL will play it back to the point. Evan Kang had it for a moment, and now Frankie Scally, Gil St. Bernard sophomore. Here's Cooper Rosen at Westfield, along with Ridgewood, a Group 4 power, being Westfield High School in the state of New Jersey. For the Publics. Ball skirts across midfield, unforced turnover. Dukes will take over. Here's Mason Ellis, sticking his right hand. Puts it back in his left, now back to his right. Running out of an angle, and a nice save. Maddie McGinty in goal for Building Blocks Lacrosse. Del Barton, goalie, makes the big save there. As you thought for a moment that Ellis was going to get a good look. And now across midfield is Liam Haggerty. Middle field for Jack Rendy. 9 minutes, or probably a little bit less. I think we started that clock a couple ticks after the quarter got started.
I do believe we're closer to the 7-minute mark.
Yeah, so probably about 7:30 left to play here in quarter number 2. BBL a 4-0 lead. Looking for one more, the jump shot attempt from Jackson Cheney. I'm going to guess it's a crease violation. And Dukes will take over and look to clear here. What an effort, though, by Jackson Cheney.
I don't see how it could be a crease violation. He didn't get a foot down in there.
Yeah, well, if he cleared the crease, I couldn't see it from here.
Take a look at that replay. Up.
Ball down, recovered by Owen Higgins. Here's Higgins. Gonna make his way towards our near wing, slow things down a little bit. Yeah, the college rules is there's a mouth, and in the PLL and NLL, as long as the ball crosses, I think the goal line before a foot or a body part comes down, but high school and at this club level, I can't imagine they want any crease violation. They don't want anybody in the crease. We want to keep the goalies safe. And we might have gotten another one right there as our officials stop play and award Dukes a possession. James Kyle will start with it. Long pass across midfield, finds its intended target, Logan Corns, a Suderton area high school sophomore. This time it's number 3 in white, that's Chris Toohey, also a Suderton area high school sophomore. Here's Talon Fry, wearing 94 in white. Toohey matched up with Owen Higgins for Mountain Lakes. Has a goal here this morning. Talon Fry's shot off the mark. Back up by 71 in white, Charlie Jones. Keep possession right here. Fry, one more attempt, but a trail check. And the ground ball recovered by Marcus Flushy. Flushy will find Connor Albert. Albert looking for help in his defensive third. It'll be the goalie, and it will be the goalie, Maddie McGinty. And now towards midfield, up near us, Trace Larson across midfield. as Connor Mulligan almost came and joined us.
Ref's calling it out of bounds back by us.
Looks like we're going to play on, though, here. So we hit the midway point, or at least on our game clock, we hit the midway point. BBL trying to add to their 4-0 lead. I believe that was Kang. Nice movement here from BBL. This ball finds the way to Jack Gonzalez. However, his shot saved by James Kyle. Evan Kong will start with it from the near sideline. Again, the only high school stat that I have for either of these two teams, it's Evan Kong, a non-public Group A quarterfinal goal versus Immaculata in what was a big 11-4 Don Bosco win. Pass off the mark intended for Jack Gonzalez, and Dukes will now clear from their defensive third. And they'll do it through goalie James Kyle. Kyle out of his crease. Beat Brady Wainwright across midfield. And it looks like we're going to get a offsides called against Dukes. So a turnover, and BBL quickly across midfield. Here's Connor Albert. He'll gallop into the offensive third. See how long he sticks around as he quickly makes his way towards midfield. That'll allow Jack Rendy to check on offensively here for BBL as he controls. Rendy to Larson and to Cooper Rosen, and now back to Rendy. Near wing, matched up with Talon Fry. Push south, the goal line extended through Gonzalez. And now the ball into the stick of, I believe that is Larson, as we did just hear the announcement. 3 minutes left to play here in half number one. Duke still looking for their first goal here this morning. That was Freedom McCray. Now ball in the stick of Mason Ellis, 10 and white. He's matched up with Trace Larson, who's been out there for much of this first half. Ellis down the far right alley. Plays it for Connor Mulligan. Ball now on the ground. Gabe Ryan unable to come up with it. And a nice ground ball there by Marcus Flushy for BBL. Ridgewood sophomore. And BBL trying to play it forward, unable to connect passes. And the ball make its way out of play along the end line. It's about 2 minutes left here in half number one. James Kyle will start with it from Duke's defensive third. Kyle will play it to the far sideline for Sean Flaherty. Flaherty looking for help. Two black jerseys. He's able to evade both. And unable to play it forward to teammate Mason Becker. As Flaherty did invite some contact after he got rid of that pass. Here's BBL as we're closing in on a minute to play. Cooper Rosen and Building Blocks Lacrosse, class of 2028, is looking to add one more goal here before we get to halftime. It's Higgins. A goal here in this first half. Left-handed shot, jump shot, saved, or either saved by Kyle or knocked down on its way there. Ellis with the ground ball. Plays it forward. And ball on the turf, but ground ball, Logan Blair. He's able to get a pass off. And it looks like that'll wrap it up here for half number one. A 4-0 BBL lead after 24 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with half number two shortly here from the Chase Fieldhouse, the preview series, live right here on YouTube. And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be quarter number 3 action here between BBL and Duke's Elite Class of 2028s. Live here from the Chase Fieldhouse as you're watching the preview series live right here on YouTube and RDPLEX Films. this beautiful Sunday, October the 5th. Going to have some NFL football starting up soon. Hopefully you'll stick here with us, as again, this is the first of 3 games for class of 2028, and then we'll have 3 class of 2027 games to follow. So a full afternoon still of club lacrosse here from the Chase Fieldhouse. Good job by Evan Kang to evade pressure as BBL looking to add to their 4-0 lead. There's Jack Rendy behind. A nice pass in front for Cooper Rosen, his first goal of the morning. That's quickly just became the afternoon here at 12:01 Eastern. So now a 5-0 lead for BBL. Again, Rosen, his first goal, 5 different goal scorers for Building Blocks Lacrosse here in this 2028 matchup. Add that score in there for you. 5-0 BBL. And an infraction on the faceoff called against BBL. So quickly, here comes Dukes. Kian Pedok. And ball gets skied up in the air as he tried to put together a shot on the run. And we get more whistles here. Just to back up, looks like KJ Wade back around goal line extended. And that's where he'll look to clear and get things started. Finds Jackson Cheney along the far sideline. Now here's Cooper Rosen, or excuse me, Trace Larson, saw the 7. Trace Larson plays it off for Jackson Cheney, wearing 98 in black. And here's Larson, working to his left. Behind for Rosen. Now to the far wing and quickly up to the far high corner. Spin move, Cheney. Right hand shot off the mark. Possession will stay right here with BBL. Trace Larson with the backup, and he'll go dig it out from the end line, and that's where he'll kickstart this next stretch. Larson matched up with Dominic Charlesworth, 46 in white. Larson to his right, finds Rosen. As BBL quickly and easily changes fields. Haggerty. Back to Haggerty after he played catch with Jay Stanson. Ball now in the stick of Stanson, far wing. He's matched up with Kevin Stahl, 26 in white. And Stanson gets to the middle of the field and nets his second goal of the day.
Taking a look at this replay.
Nice job by Stanson. He's matched up with, that's Kevin Stahl. Backs out towards the wing to isolate that matchup. And then it's just a foot race from here. And enough room is exactly that in lacrosse. A stick up in your grill, up in your right arm. And as long as you're able to stretch out and get those arms free, you've got an angle, and showing it right there was Jay Stanson. Dukes will look to clear. New goalie for Dukes Elite is Mikey DePetris. Let me see if BBL made a change as well. As it was Maddie McGinty in half number 1.
Traveling goalie.
As it is, yeah. DePetris across midfield, going to draw a slash, going to draw the flag. So a penalty to come for, against BBL for the benefit of Dukes. So delayed penalty, 2 flags down from each of our officials. It's Gabe Ryan, near high wing, sticking his right hand, trying to improve his angle towards cage. Took a big shot, and ball on the ground, out of play along our near sideline will bring the penalty. It was a slash as Mikey DePetris, the goalie for Dukes, was across midfield trying to find help. Start along our near sideline, near alley. The new goalie for BBL is Luca Zuena. Both Matty McGinty was the one name that I thought might be a typo. I have him listed as junior here, but both McGinty and Zuena, goalies here for this Building Blocks lacrosse program, also at Del Barton. We're going to see if Dukes can try to get a goal across here. Trailing 6-0, 9 minutes left to play in quarter number 3, and a 6-on-5 man advantage, and they're able to do just that. Talon Fry, left-handed underhand shot, and that beats Zuena, and that gets Dukes on the board here for the class of 2028s. Nice ball movement as Charlie Jones finds Talon Fry. Fry about 6 yards or so north of the goal. And that's going to make it 6-1. BBL wins the ground ball off the faceoff. It's KJ Wade. One more, and you can hear the BBL coaches yelling hold as Building Blocks Cross will slow things down. Ball in the stick of Frankie Scally. And now Jack Rendy, one of the many Del Barton sophomores here on this BBL squad. Owen Higgins. And a shot saved by DePetris. Everybody got knocked down on its way there. Rendy faked the pass. Able to get around his defender. It was Stahl. And then his shot off the mark. Back up by BBL. Scally will keep play right here. North of goal line extended. Again, a good job there by Mikey DePetris to stay low. Evan Kang, the near sideline. Now the middle of the field. He's matched up with Logan Korn, 7 in white. Kang will play it to our near wing. It's Higgins looking for his second goal of the afternoon. Quick restart off the missed shot. It's Cooper Rosen. Westfield sophomore plays it for Rendy. Now near side Scally as he runs out of an angle. Slide came from Stahl. As at the moment that there was a moment there were 3 white jerseys right there in the area for Scally. This is Jay Stanson, has 2 goals today. The skip pass skips its way towards midfield. That's where Kang runs it down. Dodges down the alley to his left. Now back to the middle of the field for Higgins. Far wing, Rendy. BBL taking their time, but Rendy's pass up over the head, and a nice job there to run that one down is Cooper Rosen, but unable to tiptoe the midfield line. Turnover, Dukes, unsettled situation here.
Absorbing a lot of contact there.
A lot of contact, absolutely, yeah. Trying to look down to see if I had a number there for the one player come across midfield.
21.
That's Mason Smith. Thank you, Zach. Mason Ellis from the far sideline will hand it off for Mason Becker. And now Charlesworth, middle of the field. That's where he will initiate his dodge. Downhill, and there's a goal for Dukes. Dominic Charlesworth, the Hill School sophomore. And that's sometimes what you gotta do. North, south, dodge, downhill, get a step on your defender. A nice overhand finish. We'll see it again right here. Gets a step on Rendy, and an overhand bounce shot, stick side low. That makes it 6-2 BBL. KJ Wade wins the loose ball. And Evan Kong will control matched up with Kevin Stahl right in front of us along our near high wing. And it's Liam Haggerty skipping towards the far sideline. He'll hand it off for Higgins. Or excuse me, that was Gonzalez. I tried to guess. I saw the glowing helmet. I thought it was the orange helmet. Instead, it was the gold helmet for Jack Gonzalez, Bergen Catholic. Nice save there by, that was Mikey DePetris. And it's Chris Tuhey, Cedarton area sophomore across midfield, as Dukes trying to add another one here. 6-2 deficit coming up on the end of our third quarter. Quick shot off the mark. As our 3:32 clock on your screen is not accurate, I believe they're down to about a minute here. Officials on the field do have the correct time. Here's Tuhey. To his right, matched up with Trace Larson. Stick back in his left, and a nice save by Lucas Zoena. And Tuhey took some contact there at the end of that shot. Flushy will play it back for Zoena. And now Connor Albert, Pingree sophomore, along the far sideline. Sticking his left hand, looking for an outlet pass. He finds Liam Haggerty. And Haggerty will control. Got to still get a touch. They're able to do that right there. As this is Frankie Scally. Trying to get one more shot on goal. Cooper Rosen, bounce shot off the mark. And that's going to wrap up our third quarter. 6-2 BBL lead after 36 minutes of lacrosse. Don't go anywhere. We got 12 more minutes, fourth quarter action on the other side, live here from the Chase Fieldhouse. And you're watching the preview series. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, 12 more minutes of lacrosse here for the first of 3 games for the class of 2028. This is our fourth of 9 games here today. BBL and Dukes, first of the 2028 matchups as we're underway. Like I said, 12 more minutes of lacrosse. BBL a 6-2 lead. Not that the win or loss really matters. Don't really think that factors in any way. This event more so being held. A lot of college coaches watching this event here today, or will watch sometime this week or in the weeks to come, as this game will be available. The stream will be available on demand following today's event. It's Gabe Ryan, far wing. Nice defensive job there by Jack Rendy. We've seen him, or been calling his name out on both sides of the ball, offensively, there defensively as well. Trying to do it all himself, coast to coast. His right-handed shot on the run, just high and over the crossbar. Take this quick opportunity to introduce the coaches here for these two programs. For BBL, Brian Cavanaugh is the head coach, however, not able to attend. He's an assistant coach also for Don Bosco and the PLL's Archers. The acting head coach is Brian Armstrong, the director of BBL Boys. He's assisted by Byron Collins, who's the head coach at Gill St. Bernard's, as well as the BBL recruiting director. And also assistant coach is David Cormack, the assistant director of BBL Boys. As for Duke's Elite, as Trace Larson jabs, and he's matched up with Logan Blair. As for Duke's Elite, head coach Rick Smith, he's the Penn High School head coach. He's been on the Duke's Elite coaching staff since 2015. And Rob Forster, director of Duke's Lacrosse. He was the 2029 coach. LaSalle College assistant, former UPenn offensive coordinator. Played at Penn State as well as LaSalle College High School. And also Mike Murphy, former Penn State defensive coordinator and former Whipsnakes defensive coordinator of the PLL, multi-time PLL champ as well. So just some information there for you all watching and listening at home, as BBL a 6-2 lead, looking to add to it. Jack Rendy been calling his name out all morning into the early parts of this afternoon. He'll hand it off here. This is number, who is this, 14 or way off? 88. Frankie Scally. Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, you know, they're close.
So I'm looking at the field, not our monitor here. I'm like, what number is that? 14? No chance. It's 88. This is number 50, Evan Kang, far sideline here for BBL. Right hand free, and he sneaks that shot underneath goalie Mikey DePetris. Kang, first goal here today. Gets the goal scoring started for BBL here in quarter number 4. 7-2 Building Blocks lacrosse lead. See it again right here, matched up with Connor Mulligan wearing double fours. Not even really like a bounce shot either, just a snipe there from Kang. Finds his spot. And it's a 7-2 lead for BBL as I get the score on there for you. Scrum for the face-off. Dukes comes up with it, plays it through goalie Mikey DePetris. And across midfield into the stick of Chris Tuhey. And that bright orange helmet for, I'd have to guess, Suderton area high school. Here's Dominic Charlesworth. Down the alley to his left. Great trail check. That was KJ Wade, 14 in black. And he comes up with the ground ball. And now cut back to the middle of the field, tries to outrun a defender. Instead, he'll play it to his left along the far sideline to a teammate. And that's Christian Kennedy, number 20 in black, Don Bosco, sophomore. And here's Owen Higgins. Has a goal already here today. Adds another one there. And now an 8-2 BBL lead. Second goal of the day for Higgins.
Quick juke step.
Right here, you think he's lulling you to sleep, and just the re-dodge.
Looking for that space, looking for a little bit of daylight.
It's a good job there by Higgins to stay composed and find his spot there in front of the crease. Not much space down there in front of the crease. A lot of white jerseys, but Higgins was able to find that spot. And now a 9-2 lead, or excuse me, 8-2 lead. I already put it up there for BBL. Suwanski, Ethan Sue after winning that faceoff. Newark Academy sophomore is shot off the mark. As we approach the midway point here in our fourth and final quarter of our fourth game of 9 here from the Chase Fieldhouse, a part of the preview series. First of 3 games for the class of 2028. Nice defensive play there. That was Isaac Barone, 67 in white. He knocked down that Jack Gonzalez pass. Here's DePetris looking for help. Bounce pass and never gets there. Unable to cleanly come up with it was number 14 in white. As I search for a 14 in white. Post whistle, it'll be, I believe, still 6-on-6 it is. Ball on the stick of Talon Fry, number 94 in white. It's Mason Ellis. Still controlling, now north of goal line extended. Gets stick back in his left hand. Exactly what he was trying to do as well, and his shot just over the crossbar. A little bit gimpy coming up after that as well, grabbing his back, but looks like he'll be okay. It's matched up here with KJ Wade along our near wing. Below goal line extended. Swim move attempt. Now north of goal line extended. Plays it for Mason Smith. Smith giving some direction, and he'll play it now for Mason Ellis. So Mason to Mason. Here's Ellis. Matched up with KJ Wade as we're inside 5 minutes. BBL an 8-2 lead over Duke's Elite. And there's Mason Ellis doing it all himself, from the point. Call that a hammer shot. And that makes it 8-3 BBL. We'll see that replay here momentarily. As there's a couple steps, 2-3 steps for KJ Wade. Got to try to cut that space, and see he did there as Ellis winded up for the shot. So an 8-3 lead now for BBL. Chance here to add another one for Dukes. That was Keon Pedek off the face-off win, and the ball ends up finding its way to Luca Zuena in cage for BBL, and out of play along our near sideline. Scally went down. He's going to have to try to get back there and recover to the hole. A nice pass in front finds Colin Murphy, the long stick midfielder, making his way north to enter the action. I'm going to give a shot on this one. Wissahickon High School, sophomore Colin Murphy, his first goal of the afternoon. It was a quick restart. Logan Blair found Mason Smith, and then Smith one more for Murphy. So he was making his way to goal. Approaching 3 minutes left to play, an 8-4 BBL lead. Get that goal on there for you. And BBL going to try to add to one more, and they do. That's Jack Gonzalez in that gold chrome Bergen Catholic helmet.
Can't look away for a second. You'll miss the action.
Lacrosse is quick, man. 9-4 BBL lead. As we're inside 3 minutes. They call it the fastest game on 2 feet for a reason. Quick face-off win. That was Ethan Suwanski. And just a catch and release there from Jack Gonzalez, his second of the game. Scrum for the face-off. Paddock won it momentarily. He'll play it forward. Ball still loose and on the turf, and recovered here by Duke's elite Logan Blair. However, ball back on the ground. And skied up just over the head of Mason Smith. And the ball will make its way out of play along our near sideline. Possession will remain turnover. BBL will take over. Thought the official just right here in front of us pointed to the Duke's player, to the guy on the sideline to pass the ball back, in play. BBL will take over. Just about 2 minutes left to play. And two-way getting ready. They will be playing next.
Wow.
Nice pass in front. Good ball movement. Evan Kang, second goal of the afternoon off the Liam Haggerty pass. Just call pretty lacrosse right there.
That's the second instance I can recall, at least of this showing, where we've seen the BBL players just, without looking, know exactly where their teammates are.
See that replay again here. Haggerty, Kang, good job off ball, working east-west in front of the crease. Nine for BBL, coming up on 1 minute left to play. 10-4, excuse me, up. So a strong showing from BBL. 2 goals from Owen Higgins, 2 goals from Jack Gonzalez, 2 goals from Jay Stanson, Evan Kang, 2 goals, and a goal apiece from Cooper Rosen and Trace Larson. I believe those are all our goal scorers there for BBL. As we're inside a minute. Next game to follow very shortly, about 5 minutes or so. We will be back to action for game number 2 for the class of 2028. So let me pull up my little picture to get you that matchup. Next game will be 2A and BBL. So BBL, fresh off this 10-4 lead, likely a 10-4 win, will stay on the field to play 2A. As we're inside 20 seconds. Duke's across midfield, going to look to try to add one more. Believe we're inside just a couple seconds as they're counting it down. One more big save for Luca Zuena, as that'll wrap it up for our first game of 3 for the class of 2028, a 10-4 BBL win. So we'll step aside. Again, BBL and 2A to follow here, live right here on YouTube, RDPLEX Films. You're watching the preview series at the Chase Field House. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back momentarily. Game 2 for the class of 2028.